what comes to mind when I think of Mr. Pride, Mr. King. It's when you think your shit don't stink. And Gyapa means conceit. Then when you get into a position where you think you're superior to everybody around you, then that's when you should just stop and freeze like a piece of wood. And stop doing some kind of non-virtue because of that mind, that mental affliction. Sangdrua. Sangdrua means criticizing others, especially publicizing, making it your campaign to publicize other person's weakness. We do this all the time, if not verbally or physically, with our minds. There wouldn't be political debate without this. Everybody's always criticizing everybody for every kind of thing. The main thing here is that if it would make you lie or cheat or steal or do some kind of great non-virtue, then you want to stop and freeze yourself from doing it. Yugyu means deceiving others. In a spiritual context, it means I'm a holy lama, I'm a holy Buddhist monk, I'm a holy teacher, when really I'm a bastard. Then that's this, keeping up a facade. It could mean lying to people, but more importantly, deceiving others in the sense that putting on false pretenses. Daktu. Daktu is praising yourself, and I'm good at this one. Then this is like, you do all these people are out there doing great things for people. I know a couple of people that are in Africa helping poor AIDS babies and doing many holy things for the poor suffering beings. And like I go out and I paint the walls or something like that, and I'm like, whoa, look at those walls. Aren't they the greatest? Boy, I did a good job. Pat myself on the back for some small thing. Then praising yourself for no apparent reason, you know. All the time. I'm number one. I did a good job. That's this one. Then Shenmu is putting down others. These are some of the first Bodhisattva vows. Praising yourself and putting down others. Then usually they come together in your mind. Usually when you're praising yourself, then you're putting down others. You may not say it, you may not do it, but then these come in your mind all the time. Master Shantideva says you need to stop like a piece of wood and don't say it and don't do it. But it's most difficult to try to stop this actual state of mind. Then you have to do tonglen on yourself. Tonglen to take away those mental afflictions. And then slowly you can work. But the main antidote is to first get a direct perception of emptiness. Then Shewa. Shewa means scolding people. And this means just to chew somebody out, to tear them a new asshole, as often expressed in the colloquial. And we all know what that is. Master Shantideva says if you think that you're going to have a moment where you're just chasing somebody, screaming at them like a crazy person, stop like a piece of wood. Do the piece of wood meditation. Then I will finish today's class with a little something from Geshe Chekawa. Geshe Chekawa wrote the root text for this book, the Lojong Dunma. He is a most famous Kadampa. Kadampa were first Buddhists in Tibet. First Tibetan Buddhists in Tibet. Very serious faith in the Buddha Dharma. Then Geshe Chekawa says this about at the time of his death. Then he says, Nga semchen tamche ki dondu nanne dundrowar mumbar jekyam Mindro de Dakshingi Ngangwa Sarjung. I was praying that I could pass to the lowest hell. That kind of hell is the hell of no respite, the Avisi hell in Sanskrit, Avisi hell. That is the hell where they chop you up and put you back together and chop you up and put you back together. And it goes on the longest and is most painful. Then he was praying to go there at the time he died. For the sake of every living being, and it's not working. Why did it not work for Geshe Chekawa? Because he was a profound master of Lojong techniques. Most profound master of achieving, he had achieved Bodhichitta. Then I can't go. All I can see before me now is the paradise of enlightenment. So he was praying so much that if I have to die, let me go to the hells. Let me go there and help hell beings. Then as he's dying, he starts to have visions of the paradise that he's going to. This is a teaching of karma and mental habituation and realization. If you put in the pure causes, then no matter how hard you want, it's like you plant the seed in the ground. If you put the tomato seeds in the ground and they come up and you wanted potatoes or you wanted something else or some grapes, you can't scream and say, I want grapes. Tomatoes are going to come up. Similarly here, Geshe Chekawa, at the time of his death, his whole life, he put most holy seeds for bodhicitta and emptiness. So there's no way that he can get the result of suffering, get the karmic result, because he didn't put the seeds. He didn't put the seeds for suffering. He put the most holy seeds, pure seeds, for paradise and happiness. So at the time of his death, he sees himself going to heaven. Also, by the way, although his motivation to go to hell, to save all the living beings, is a very holy motivation, it's not very practical. Because you can't go to hell and save all the beings. You can't be of much benefit to beings in hell. Why? Because in hell, it's not like here. Here we can think clearly. In hell, they are tormented so horribly that there is no time or ability to frame a decent thought. It is just agony. If you don't believe me, just when your tooth goes bad or when you have maybe a back problem, let it go on for a while and see how much your life is affected by that injury or by that disease. You'll see very quickly that it's hard for you to even concentrate, hard for stay in good spirits when you're under the attack by a rotten tooth or a bad back. Then Geshe used to always say, often you think that people hate you in this life, that people are treating you bad just because they don't like you. Then that's a product of your own self-cherishing mind thinking that you're that important. The actual fact is that most people are in suffering and pain. If you live long enough in this life, then stuff starts to fall apart. And as stuff starts to fall apart, you don't like, this life so much. And then most people, they're miserable. And then they take it out on everybody else. They just can't seem to keep in good spirits. But I think we'll end there. Then